Congestion is our biggest frustration. It only takes one or two vehicles to spin out, and then we can't move around. The vehicles back up behind them, there's secondary accidents, we can't get around and move it. Our roads in Lower Mainland are at maximum capacity at all times. There's lots of traffic out there, lots of congestion, and there's really no slack times. There's a lot of vehicles out there at all times. When you add a little bit of adverse weather, whether it's rain, whether it's wind, whether it's snow, this traffic slows down and more people are congested, and it hinders us to do our job. The other part with congestion, if there's forecast for snow to be coming in, say in the afternoon, leave work earlier than you would normally. Get ahead of it so that when the snow does start falling, you don't get stuck in the traffic with more congestion and a thrust of vehicles all at the same time. We can only travel as fast as the traffic is going, which is very slow, and we're trying to move around traffic, so the trucks aren't as effective as they should be. The other thing is with vehicles that aren't prepared for the hills, the snow on the hills, slippery conditions. If there's one vehicle that spins out, it's a chain event, and the vehicles behind them can't move up the hill, so it's just chock or block traffic. And again, our trucks get behind that, and they can't get through and plow the roads. So it's really frustrating when people aren't prepared for the adverse conditions. Our snow is a little bit unique because it is slippery, it's a little bit wet. Last year we had a pretty mild winter. However, we did have some storms that were very intense, a lot of snowfall in a short period of time. It accumulated very quickly, made the work a little bit more strenuous, a little more tedious. The crews getting out there and getting the snow plowed off as soon as possible. What really worked well for us last year was the communications ahead of the storm events. People stayed away from the highways so that we could plow the roads and make sure that it was as accessible as possible for the trucks to do the work they needed to do. So this year we're being told it's going to be a little bit cooler, a little bit wetter. Put those two together, we're expecting more snow. We don't know how much snow and when it's going to come. Some of the forecasters are leading us to believe it's going to be a later winter than normal, January, February, when the snow is going to start coming in and be more of an effect to us. So we're prepping to get ready for that. We've been hiring new staff since the middle of August, getting these people in place, getting them trained. We have extra equipment coming in this winter as well, so we got an additional number of plows out there to get the snow off the road. We're going to be working more echelon plowing in more areas that we have done in the past. So we're going to be doing Highway 1 as a focus to clear it from shoulder to shoulder as much as possible from one end to the other. The Highway 91 corridor, 99 corridor, more echelon plowing, more tow plows out in those areas as well. So again, anywhere we have multiple lanes and lots of traffic, we're trying to get that snow completely off the road so it's as close to normal as possible. Echelon plowing or multi-truck plowing allows us to take the snow from the furthest left lanes and right off to the right onto the shoulder. So it's one foul swoop and opens up all lanes. However, you got to remember that the trucks do travel slow. They're not driving freeway speeds, and it takes them a bit of time to go from one end of our roads to the other. So they'll clean off the whole road, but there's still snow accumulating in behind them. But it should be less snow, and we should be able to come back and pick it up again with the intent that you're keeping up to it or getting ahead of that snowfall event. With the added equipment, we're able to have the trucks team up to work in a different manner than we have in the past, allowing the rest of the trucks to work in the outlying areas as they should be doing, and roads with only one or two lanes. So the multiple lane is our big focus this year. I think the biggest thing is just to respect the trucks ahead of you. Yes, they could be a pain in the butt, they could be slowing you down, but really respect what they're doing because the drivers really want to do a good job. We're really trying to make it safe for the traveling public. Stay back. Be spatially aware of where you are in proximity of those trucks. You may not realize that there's a lot of snow coming off the right-hand side of that plow, that truck. Some of our trucks have swing plows, and they may be blowing snow to the left of the truck as well. Stay back, give them as much space as possible. Drivers are going through a lot of stuff in the cab of that truck. There's a lot going on. Their focus is what's going on in front of them and making sure that snow is off the road as quickly as possible. So you got to really be patient. They will pull over and let you through when they have time, when they can see. But the biggest thing is just, again, you don't know what they're seeing and what they're going through. So give them time, give them the space and the respect they need to get their work done. Let's all have a safe winter, and it'll work well when we work together.